universal health systems in the world, they emerged in the aftermath of crisis. In New Zealand, which has one of the oldest UHCs in the world, it was after the Great Depression in the 1920s. In Japan and France and UK, it was after World War II. In Thailand, it was after the Asian crisis of the 1990s. So we are emerging from a huge global crisis. Can we learn lessons from what this crisis has demonstrated to us? That one, our health systems are vulnerable. Let's be honest with ourselves, we are quite fortunate in Africa that this corona did not hit us the way it hit them. We are quite fortunate. As we speak, only about 25% of the continent is fully vaccinated. Yes, well, I think yes, someday, let me not take it away that we did some great things, lockdowns. If you agree, Fully probably doesn't agree that lockdown was necessary, but we did some things right. So let's not take that away from our healthcare systems and from our public health interventions. But we're lucky that for whatever reason, I don't know whether it's genetics, whether it's Mungu, I don't know. But for whatever reasons, it didn't hit us as hard as people anticipated. But if it did, there was a time even here, we are already hearing that ICUs were full. Do you remember? So just imagine. So we need to learn from that and know that we are also, as a country, as a continent, we are also one step away from disaster. Let's use this crisis as an opportunity to build back better and invest in universal health. And we need to sort out the politics. If the politicians put their foot down and say, this is a no-go area, this is an area that we want to invest in, no stealing, no COVID billionaires, steal from wherever, but leave this one for this. I want it to be my legacy. I want people to not suffer financial ruin. If they put their foot down, it will happen. Otherwise, to me, talk.
Thank you. And yeah, you know, there's this generation a little bit away from the dinosaurs, and actually think it's about us teaching them what they need to think, or guiding them. We can't teach anybody, but guiding them on what they need to think. And this is what we are talking. Technology, accepting innovations to create better environment for all. And yes, there are many areas. Go and graze there. Leave one part for somebody to do something better. So, okay, I take the trophy for getting the highest number of hits. But what I will do, all these questions that were asked, I will try and summarize in short answers so that it relates to every question that were asked. So coming from the question of engagement, public-private, there are many areas, and the government is also, let's not blame the government. Guys, there is no government, it's you and me which is the government. So let's not blame them in the first place, except the reality that it is me who's the government, and it is me who's trying to make it happen. So, the public-private partnership, the government has been very forthcoming in terms of creating areas or avenues for dialogue. The problem is, people don't go and participate. The problem is, you want to sit on the fence and throw stones. So when there is that public-private dialogue or partnership discussion that is happening, and there is articles coming up in the newspaper for you to participate as an individual or as an organization or an association, no one bothers. But once it's a legislation, it's a rule, now you want to throw stones and say this is what they did. Excuse me. So it's about me wanting that change to happen. Let me be the sufferer in terms of going and participating and engaging in creating that change. Number one. It also relates to another question of PPP. So yes, so the first front that they've created is KEPSA. So if you see the amount of engagement and the amount of different sectors within KEPSA that participate in government dialogue and engagement, it's mind-boggling. It's just that there is no enough people to come in front specific areas, issues. You may even see me in like 7 committees. So is it me about me? But for me, I believe that change needs to happen, and it needs to be me who brings about that change. So there's a lot of areas, a lot of avenues for young ones as well. There's plenty of areas. You have a thought, you have an idea that you feel can change, can drive change. There is avenues of collaboration, there's avenues of discussion, there's avenue of participation. So watch out, look out. Get into the Facebook, speak about yourself, get into Twitter, speak about yourself, but then don't talk about yourself. Talk about yourself, changing for the others. So the other question is, how can we reduce price? Yes, it's about how do we segregate, how do we aggregate, how do we bring together, how do we disrupt, how do we innovate in order to create an environment which is very friendly for commercial, for commerce to happen, for commercial entities to thrive and survive. So if we can aggregate all orders, all products from different parts of the country and create that environment for common visibility and hence quote a price and hence bid for that product and hence I call it myself a terminology called as market autocorrect. Who was saying how do we make price affordable to that Mananchi in the last, that Wanjiku in the last mile? That's the way. Market autocorrect. That neighbor of mine selling a product at 100, I sell it at 98, I've already corrected the market. He will come down to 98. If it is affordable to me, I make it 97. That guy will come down to 96. It's about market autocorrect. There'll be a time when I'm no more greedy. Remember, it's about how do I make it. So if there's a time when I'm no more greedy and we both are playing, now it's about service delivery. How best, how effective am I in terms of providing service to the patient that comes to me is what will ensure that whether I survive or I don't survive. Again, market autocorrect. Survival of the fittest. Yeah. There's one more avenue. How do we get to trigger these changes? It's about information sharing. It's about the goodwill. We spoke about political goodwill. It's about the political goodwill. And remember, please excuse me again, there is no government. It's you and me. So if you want the change, speak about it. If you want the change, make it happen. You may be shunned, you may not be wanted in the room. There are many areas I know I'm not called again because I speak the truth. So probably you may not be called again, but drive the change. Whatever you can, by the time you're 60, 80, with no tooths, you will still be smiling, looking at what I did, and be happy that you changed the generation. So with those few remarks, I would hand over. Thank you.
Wow, with such powerful comments, I don't think I have anything to say. But I like it. One is NATO. NATO. Not the EU, NATO. No action, talk only. That's NATO. I recall Vimal Sharma. He likes it. Vimal, your the big guy. He loves to quote, no action, talk only. I like who said, we have extended this. It's time now to act. No more talking. And perhaps, I hope this is the last conversation we're going to have. From here, we're going to start acting in different ways, in our small ways, to make a change. The second, and I want to reflect this from our project here,
So this is the beginning of the collaboration between Pasgr and Kenya Healthcare Federation. And this is a good moment for us, for both organizations, and also we hope this extends to the country at large into the signing of this ceremony. So the two are actually giving their signatures to authenticate this MOU. I don't know whether the camera people are around. Are we set? All right, let's see. Go on. Thank you. They exchange the sheets, and so it means both signatures are there. There they are. Can we have a round of applause and just stand up to cheer up this? Louder. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now we have an MOU ready between Pasgr and Khf. I just want, as the cameras are still on, so that they exchange the sheets, and this one would go to Khf, and Pasgr would have the other one. And invite, just exchange them. Thank you. And then invite our secretaries to pick them from them. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just confirm if all the places are well signed. And if they didn't sign properly, ask them to re-sign again. Good. Thank you so much, colleagues. Let's appreciate them once again. So we hope that this MOU can stretch over from now the two organizations, bring more partners in, right?
I'm getting ready for the market.
We enhance and advance universal health care coverage, both in Kenya, but also having a continental view. Thank you so much, colleagues. Just before you go, we will do a presser, because we have the media here, so that we have a brief and we have something for bulletin and right? Yeah. So we'll just organize that and then invite you to take that up. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you for your patience and thank you for your understanding to this great partnership between Pasgr and Khf. We'll have a bit of networking and then feel free, there's going to be tea outside. You can take tea as we network around.